This is tutorial number 4, which is the final tutorial that's going to enable you to get a sprite moving from left to right automatically. You should already have this script, which is a created, which sets the range that the sprite walks, and you should also have this script which decides which way to go, either right or left, based on this value here, which is called a boolean, a true or false value. Our final piece of script is going to be the one that decides when to turn, okay? Because obviously we can see that it's going right here and going left here if it's not true, but what makes that decision? And this is how we're going to find out how that script's all tied together. So again, we're going to add an event, and it's going to be a when updating. That means it's always going to happen. And we're going to use a selection again. So we're going to here and if, and we're going to use this time something to do with flow. Okay, so I'll just drag this first one in and I'll explain how it works. So we're going to get the X position of the self. That's when it says self, it means referring to itself, the sprite. Okay, and I'm going to use my attribute. Okay, now then, we'll see what happens in a moment. And then I'm going to set, where is it? I want to set my turn to true. Okay, and then the other side, I go to flow again, and then otherwise if this time is pretty much the same little bit of script, but it's slightly different because I want a greater than this time. And again, I want the X of self, that's the X position of the sprite, and this time I want to look at the right position, and this time to swap this, I'll just quickly duplicate that, drag it in, and I'm just going to drag that one out and bin it, and comparison false. Now, some of you might have worked this out. For the rest of you, what this is saying, it's saying if my current X position is less than the left position, okay, set turn to true. What that means is, and if we have a look over here, this is the left position, it's going the leftmost position. When it gets to minus 200 or whatever that value is, it sets the flag to the other way, sets it to true so that it turns around, and there's the decision. If we go back to here, otherwise if X left is greater than the right position, so my right position was decided at the start, so plus 200, so here look, when it gets to the rightmost position, it will decide to turn around and go the other way. And that's how we get it to work. So what we've got here is the range that the sprite walks. So anything between its start X position and plus or minus 200, that's the range, and we store those in these variables. What we've got here is the decision which way to go based on our flag, and this script sets that flag value, whether it goes left or right, and it turns if it's outside of the left or rightmost range. The last thing you can do is decide on which animation to play. If I go into actor and draw, what I want to do is just switch to the correct animation. So if the left position is reached with turning right, so I'll type in right walk, assuming I've got that correct, and then go to this one and we'll type in left walk. Best way to check that is to look at the appearance, and I've actually made a mistake because it should be walk underscore left, walk underscore right. So let's just try that, walk underscore right, walk underscore left. Okay, best way to test, first of all, let's just save, and then we'll have a look.